Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel, where today we're going to be taking a look at some of the greatest new Skyrim mods that have released on Nexus. As always, if you do go on to enjoy this video, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe down below. But for now, let's take a look at our first mod with Riverwood as Walls. This is an in-depth redesign of everyone's favourite village, transforming it with some much needed defences. Once the Jarl sends guards to protect Riverwood in response to the dragon attack, he will now also send supplies, and from that moment on, Riverwood will begin to change. Now this mod is also progressive, where in total there are 4 stages, with each one building onto the last to really emphasise the construction process. To start with, the changes are subtle, maybe some new building materials scattered around or partially built structures, but as time progresses, this once vulnerable town will evolve into something a lot more exciting. When you think back to the main quest and how Jarl Balgruuf only sends a couple of guards in response to a dragon attack, it doesn't really make much sense. But now it's as if Riverwood is actually responding to these growing threats. Don't get me wrong, it still feels similar. It hasn't lost that warm, familiar energy. But now it also just feels a little more real. And that's what I love about this mod. What's more impressive is that this transformation happens without needing to lift a finger. It all plays out naturally over time, although you can use the MCM menu to skip to the final result if that's what you'd prefer. To go with all of these new buildings, the village itself has received an overhaul that comes with a load of amazing additions. Some of these include a fully reworked blacksmith with a brand new custom forge, a smelter, and even a balcony overlooking the river. The Sleeping Giant Inn now has stables, a chicken coop, as well as a garden tucked behind it. And lastly, the Riverwood Trader now features an outdoor storage area. I'm really enjoying how mods are taking this approach of adding features during your playthrough. It makes everything feel a lot more immersive, and for that, I highly recommend giving this one a go. Despite being the Dragonborn, Skyrim never really gives you a signature weapon that feels yours. Sure, there are plenty of powerful options scattered across the game, but none that truly belong to you. Nothing that carries the weight of your journey or reflects what it means to be Dragonborn. The Sword of the Dragonborn adds a custom weapon that finally feels worthy of your title. There's both a one-handed and two-handed version depending on how you play, and it even comes with a matching shield. Now the one-handed sword has a base damage of 25, whilst the two-handed sits at 31. The shield can also hold its own in combat, and comes with both heavy and light armor variants, so you can tailor this mod to your character's playstyle. Everything can also be upgraded at the blacksmith to make these items even better. As for where you can find them, Skulldafn, specifically the chamber right after the word wall. It's a fitting location, one that you can't just stumble upon randomly, and is instead more of a reward for progressing through the main story. So if you've ever felt like the game was missing that one iconic weapon to call your own, the one you take into every battle, well, this mod gives you exactly that, and I cannot recommend it enough. If you've ever wanted to embrace the deadly art of poison magic, Venomancy is the mod you've been waiting for. This mod expands the poison-themed spells and adds an array of unique mechanics and perks to create the ultimate poison mage experience in Skyrim. Now there are actually 2 versions of this mod. You can choose whether or not you want the damage-dealing spells to fall under destruction or restoration magic, making it pretty flexible for just about any mage build. The spells in this mod are divided into 4 main categories: Poison, Plague, Malodorous, and Acid. Poison spells deal damage over time to targets, gradually wearing them down. They can also interact with Plague spells, which apply debuffs that can affect them even further. Malodorous spells create nauseating effects that drain stamina and magicka, leaving enemies vulnerable and disorientated. Finally, acid spells are the counter to poison-resistant enemies like undead and mechanical creatures, allowing you to break through their defenses with potent acidic attacks. The mod doesn't just stop at spells. It also introduces 2 custom perk trees that work with custom skills framework to enhance your abilities. The Venomancy perk tree improves the damage and effectiveness of your poison spells, while the Varl Invocation perk tree focuses on upgrading your summoned creatures. For high-level players, Venomancy offers 3 challenging boss encounters that are meant to test your skills. Defeating these bosses will not only reward you with powerful loot, but also unlock poison-themed shouts. Overall, this mod redefines what it means to be a poison mage in Skyrim. There is so much content here for you to discover and utilize in your playthrough that I can't believe this one doesn't have more downloads. It is incredible. Following on, we have a mod called Woodland Wizard Robes. There are a load of details that make this mod stand out to me. Most notably is the mask, however you can see just how much effort went into putting everything together. My favourite feature is of course the cape, which comes with its very own physics if you pair this mod with HDT SMP. Now these are apparently Breton themed, but honestly I don't know enough about the lore to tell you how accurate that statement really is. I couldn't find any mention of where you might find these robes, apart from the fact that they can be crafted at a forge without the need for any smithing skill. Each piece might cost you some leather strips, iron ingots, mountain flowers, or even a skull, so it's pretty accessible no matter where you are in your playthrough. In terms of the stats, it doesn't come with any armor rating at all, so you can see why it's more suited for a mage build. Whilst it unfortunately doesn't add any new gameplay elements into Skyrim, the armor does genuinely look incredible. This mod author has worked on countless other detailed armor sets like this one, some even featuring new weapons. So if you like what you see here, then be sure to check out more of their content. For our final mod, we've got Children of the North Wind, Nordic Ruin Diversity. This utilizes base object swapper to introduce a variety of changes to the Nordic ruins scattered across Skyrim. The mod author thought that these locations were sorely lacking in diversity and creativity, so they've taken it upon themselves to breathe new life into these areas in a lore-friendly way. There are a bunch of assets brought in, including new variants of arches, totems, and other structures, with each one carefully placed to maintain a sense of immersion. Just as an example, locations that are associated with the companions will now include totems of the fox, to honour Ysgramor and Shore. Unique locations like Sarthal are also getting some love, where it's expanded upon this idea of being a historical site. And to top it all off, this mod was made with compatibility in mind. If another mod touches any of the totems, this will revert them back to how they should be automatically, no patching required. Whilst at first it might not seem like much, once you realise just how many locations have changed, you won't want this mod to leave your load order anytime soon. And this is only the beginning. There are a load of ideas that are planned for the future, so I am more than excited to see what Fuzzbead can come up with next. They featured a couple times on the channel now and have always delivered, with this mod being no exception. So there you have it, 5 amazing new mods that you might consider adding for your next playthrough. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in my next video.